I am so sick of Apple Music. So, Apple Music is something that I actually love. I like it more than Spotify. I like that it supports the artists more than what Spotify does. They get like more of a percentage or whatever. And I just think it's more catered to people that are just kind of like obsessed with music. It has ways of just like you have the whole album and it's all laid out nicely. You can even change some of the stuff. If there's an album that has like the wrong album cover or it's like a newer one, but you want the original, you can actually go in and change it. It has a lot of cool stuff. The problem that I have is that when I go to do this, so I use now, let me just clarify. This may only be an issue for people who use Apple on things not Apple. So I have an Android phone, I have a Windows computer, but I primarily use Apple Music on my phone and I love it. But sometimes there are certain things on there that I want to change. Sometimes the release date is the release date of the remastered. I'd rather just have it be the original, so I go to change it. I can't do that on my phone. Now, I don't know if you can do that on an iPhone, but on an Android, you can't. So you have to go to iTunes. So when I go to iTunes, you would think, well, there should be no issue. That is not the case because I'll go to iTunes where I have already logged in before. Already logged in before. Go to log in, or I go to open it. Tells me I need to log in. I type in my info. Almost without fail, window pops back up. Log in. Interesting, because I literally just did that. So I go to do it again, and then it says, and mind you, I'm not typing the password in wrong, nothing. Your account has been locked. Please go to whatever website, which, by the way, the window doesn't even have something to click on to bring you to the website. You actually have to go on your browser, put in yourself. You know, that's not impossible. It's not crazy hard. But you would think that at bare minimum, I could click on a link in the window that says your account's been locked. No, they give you the address. You got to put the address in the browser, which I want to say you couldn't even highlight and copy paste, but could be wrong. Go to the browser, go to the website. Now I have to log in, and I'm pretty sure you had to do that verify thing where it's like, how many pictures show a motorcycle? And you got to click each one. And then no matter what, it's like you don't even know if you did it wrong or not. It gives you like another one. So you do the other one. And then now my account, no, then it sends an email with a code. There's like some other option you do, but it sends the email, you get the code, you put the code in, account's unlocked. Okay, go to log back into iTunes. Log in. Pops back up. Please log in. Interesting. Literally just did that. So then I do it again. Now I'm in. I don't know what it is. Without fail, I have to log in twice on iTunes. Then I go back to my phone. I got to log back into my phone, which my password is like a bunch of stuff. So I have it written down. I don't have it memorized because nowadays you got to have passwords. We got to do like quantum physics to figure it out because if you don't, you're just screwed. So it's a ridiculous password. So I have to actually look at it on a physical piece of paper to actually be able to type it in because I'm too scared to have it saved on my phone because then my phone got stolen, then all my passwords are there. So it's locked away on some physical piece of paper. So now I put the password in. I'm pretty positive it does the same thing on my phone. And it says, please log in again. Well, it doesn't say again. It just says, please log in, as if I didn't do anything. So then I log in again. Now I finally can access it. So the issue there is if I don't think to check it before I go to work, screwed. I get to work, please log in. Can't listen to music that day. I remember that had happened once, but I had to type in my password so many freaking times the night before. I actually had it memorized for a little bit, so I was okay. Because when it happened before was when I went to the browser. Because when I want to see my replay stuff, it sends you to a browser. You can't see it within the app. You can only see your most played 100 songs for each year. But if you want to look at the more detailed stuff, it sends you to a browser. Awesome. So now I got to go to a browser when it should be in the app. Go to the browser, got to log in. And I'm pretty sure the account thing had happened there too. So I am reluctant to log in on different things because I'm pretty positive that whole work scenario that had happened, it was because the night before I was trying to freaking access my replay info and my whole everything got messed up because I was trying to log in through browser. Why is it that ridiculous? Am I the only one that has this issue? I would love to know if anybody else, Apple or not, on what you're using it on, if you have to log in multiple times and it locks your account. I don't know if it's because I made my account not on an Apple device. I don't know if it's because when I made my account, because maybe way back when I had like an iPod or something that someone gave me, maybe I made an account through there, so it's just too old. I don't know what it is. But my goodness, the amount of times it makes me not want to edit the stuff on Apple Music, but that's a huge perk of using Apple Music because I'm what they call an audiophile. It's a weird term, but which I don't even know if that qualifies for the obsession of like the details when it comes to not the audio. So maybe that's not even the right term, but I'm obsessed with music. So I like all of it to be neat and exactly how it's supposed to be by year, by date, have the album covers, blah, blah, blah. So it's nice to be able to edit that stuff. But when I think of the fact that I'm going to have to go, like, it's just scary to open up iTunes because that's when I don't know if all hell's about to break loose or if I'm going to actually get a pass and be able to just do what I want to do. Because sometimes I open up iTunes and there's no issue. But sometimes I open it up, that window pops up, and it's a huge gamble on if, okay, am I going to have to log in and actually get in? Or am I going to log in and it's going to lock my account? Which that's what I don't understand. If I'm logging in and the password's not incorrect, why is it locking the account? Just don't lock the account. If I got it correct, what's the problem? And then I think part of the issue too is that since I don't have an Apple device, I can't have like the newer version of how the accounts are because I think from what I know, the accounts are set up different now. But there should be some way for me to maybe fix my account. I love Apple Music, and it's amazing that I don't have to have an Apple device to use it because I will never use an Apple device. I know I was talking about the iPod in the past, but that was given to me, and this was way back when like accessing music wasn't what it is now. So like, yeah, I used it. I'm not going to be so anti that I was given one and there's no other way for me to listen to music that conveniently, so I'd say no. But I don't want a Mac. I'm not going to get an iPhone. Although I've been tempted to get an iPhone because I love all the AR, like you can be a shark and be talking type of stuff. Android's not as fluent with that. It feels like with iMessenger or whatever it's called, it feels like it's all more just like built in. But I can live with not having that. That's one little fun thing I can't do. Oh well. I prefer Android. I prefer PC. By the way, don't care what you use. If you want to use freaking Apple, then use Apple. I'm not one of those people either. I prefer using Windows and Android because I just feel for the money that you spend, you're getting more like spec wise than you would with Apple. But other than that, I don't care. If you like the simplicity of Apple, great. Don't care. But can I please just log in without being kicked out, needing to go to a website, log into there, which I got to do this, the freaking, what is it, the CAPTCHA, whatever it's called, click in the pictures to prove I'm not a robot, go to my email, get the code, put the code in, account gets unlocked, have to re-log in 2 times onto iTunes, re-log in, I believe 2 times on my phone, just to get back to where I was. Please. I love Apple Music. But for those, and again, maybe it's happening on Apple products, I don't know. But for those of us that don't do this stuff on an Apple device, cut us some slack.